guys, you're watching Hussein Football View. Today is brand new video and I'm going to give you some summary of this year 2023. 2023 has left us really in shock. As like a Chelsea fans, we have been shocked because of what we expected from our players. Our players are really were told that they have a potential as though they are very young age, but we knew there is going to be a struggle. It's going to be a struggle to have this young team to connect as we expected. But as you know, all these players, they have never been together. They have never been played together. So this is what we're going to talk about, a summary, and also there is a FA Cup coming next week. That's what we're going to talk about. So before we do that, please subscribe and hit notification bell, and so you get notified when I upload video. So here you go. Let's crack this. So what do you think this 2023? 2023 has been a really amazing year. It's been an amazing year as though we are on number 10th position. We are number 10th position. We have become mid-table team. You know, as you all you know, Chelsea has been really a team with a high missions. We always focus on high prices. So we always go for the Premier League, we go for the Champions League. We have been all this for almost 2 decades. 2 decades, Chelsea has been really amazing. So I never understand in my in life, we never expected this to be this really terrible. We thought we're going to struggle, we're going to struggle a little bit, but we never thought it's going to be this worse. It's been really 18 years of a really worst period of Chelsea club in history, because Chelsea has never been this really terrible. So though these teams, this new owner has done, it needs to happen. We need to shift some player out in order to bring new players in. But the way it has been done is been really done a wrong way. So my point I want to make here, Chelsea has really good intention. I can say everybody can see that they have a good intention what they have done. They knew that a team needed a refreshment, a team needed the brand new players. So that's what happened. Really, everybody, when they bought the young players, we saw, okay, this is a good idea. But what we forgot about it is that experience in Premier League, it's needed, it's required. Really, it's not going to be easy. When you took a bunch of kids, you put them in the field together alone, they're going to succeed. It's not going to be easy. So that's why I think this is a mistake we made. So 2023, it was a year everybody expected the Chelsea not to win the league, but we expected to do well, to be around amongst those are fighting. So, but when it comes to performance, we see, so it's not near what we expected. Therefore, we need to calm down and realize how things going to be in next year. So for me, what I analyzed this year is it's been a year of figuring things out for these new owners, because they have made a mistake. Because when you get such a team like Chelsea club, you don't throw all the people that are experienced, they have been there for long, you don't throw them out. You need to do transaction step by step. You can't just throw everybody out. You have really to think what you do. Every step, it need to be thought of. So otherwise, it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard. So my understanding, these owners now they realize that have made a big mistake, affording all this experience behind scene people. So that's how it happens. If you throw everybody who was driving this, it's like you take a driver of the bus, you take him out, and then you give anybody to drive a bus. As someone who never drove a bus before. That's what happened. So this is a bigger team. They brought people from Brighton, people from everywhere. So this is a bigger team. They thought they can handle it, but this is a bigger team. This is a team that has a fans that demands so much. There is so much pressure. There's so much pressure when it comes to demands of fans of Chelsea. You cannot compare demands of Chelsea fans and demands of Brighton fans, because these people who driving this team now, all of them, they are from Brighton. So it's not gonna be easy. It's not gonna be easy whatsoever. So that is my point really. And if I can describe this team 2023, it's middle table period, in one word. Middle table team period. So because I cannot sit and dream and think Chelsea is going to be fighting top four or fighting titles. It's not going to happen. It's not this year. It's not next year. Maybe in 2 years' time, if we have a right man on the job. Because I don't think Pochettino is not the right man, in my opinion. So that's my opinion really. So it's not gonna be easy. It's not gonna be easy. So when you ask me, Chelsea is being middle table. That's what I think, and he is. We have been on position 10 almost 3 months, 4 months. So this is where we belong now. So, but there is a light at the end of the tunnel always. Uh, I can see glimpses of potential this young team. We can never vote them out. For sure, they have potential, but it's going to take a time. It's going to take a miracle to do this. It's not going to be easy, really. So that's why we have to talk about this. And as you know, next week we're going to be playing FA Cup. FA Cup is coming. FA Cup is coming, and let's see what we're going to do in FA Cup, because FA Cup now is something we need to fight in. We don't have anything to fight for. This is where I believe Pochettino need to put all his energy. So Chelsea Club is a team used to win something. So at last we can win something. We can win something. We can say, okay, Chelsea, this have won something. Really, that's what we need as a fans. We used to left something. So this is my opinion. Yeah, as you know, this month games come fast. They really come hard, as you don't they don't give you time to breathe. So that's what I believe. We need to focus all our energy on FA Cup so we can win something. That is on another take for me. And also there is so much important things. As Pochettino said, it's a really important, very important to finish in good spirit, in a good way. And as you know, we have been really these two games. We did not play well. We did not play really hard. Fans wish to see a beautiful ball passing around. You can see Chelsea team is very slow. They are not sure what they are doing. But one thing, most important, we have 3 points in these two games. So these 3 games we have picked up 6 points. It's a really crucial. It's a really good thing. So which means we have ended a year in a good way. So this is going to give this young team, this players. They're going is it's a boost to them. It's going to motivate them to do well in next month. So next month we have almost 5 games in 1 month. We have 5 games, I think, I believe, yeah, 5 to 6 games. So we're going to manage this game. If we can end this January, we can end with a good high. We end up, we're gonna be knocking on a top four though. So that is a good thing because they are not that far. They are 8 points ahead of us. Eight, I think, 8 points. It's not that much. As long as we can win 2 to 3 games, we'll be knocking at the door of point top four. That is a good thing. We are not that far, really. We are not that far. So this is another take. So uh, Chelsea also official talk of us saying, as I've mentioned so many times, Chelsea need to throw some players away. There is some players that need to go for sure. They are not gonna just sit there to be just there. They have to go. Some player need to go really. It's not everybody is going to play for Chelsea club. There are so many players and their quality is not good. So as I told you, there is Ian Maxon. Ian Maxon is been really discussed. He need to go, and it's really. I wish him to stay. I wanted him to stay, but yeah, it's not everybody's going to say. Ian Matz, he's been considered to be sound, but yeah, when it comes to him, I don't think his physical it's good enough for the Premier League. It's not only for Chelsea. I think any team is going to play, he's going to struggle. He's going to really struggle. So he's going to need really a league that don't demand a physical presence. So he is better he go to another league. He can really be a good team player. So he has really fast foot feet. He can be good in somewhere else. In Premier League, I don't think so. So and also Chelsea has now Pochettino, as a Pochettino mentioned in a conference, that he is talking plans of the January transfer with the owners. So this is something I've been really wishing to hear. When a coach is involved in the transfer market, that is always something good to hear because a coach, he's the one who's going to train these people. If you just drop players on him and he don't know where they come from, he never even considered this player to come to play for him, is going to be always trouble. So it's always a good idea to involve the coach or a manager to be involved to pick some players that are you going to buy, because at the end of the day he's the one who's going to coach them. He's the one who's going to make sure they are, he teach his tactic to them. Some players they are not gonna fit his tactics. They're not gonna correspond to what he want them to do. That's how it is in football. Every coach, every great manager, he always identify that players that are going to match with his philosophy, his tactics. Some player they cannot. It's not everybody's business. Physically, mentality, everything counts. So that's why a manager is really always a good idea to involve him when any player is going to be bought by the team, because at the end of the day, even when player leave, even when all coach leave, he's going to be identified as a player that they're going to stay with the system that coach install in them. That's what happened when Mourinho came. Mourinho came with his identity, and his identity stayed with the Chelsea for a long time, more almost a decade, 10 years, I'm telling you. Mourinho has come with the identity he stored in these players. Every player came and go, other came. So they always identify that system Mourinho put together in Chelsea. So that's why it's a good idea when a coach is involved by picking a players that are coming in a club. It's always a best idea. Mm. Also, there is something a coach has been talking about. The coach, he really emphasized this so many times. He talks about how what he wish his players to have is one thing, it's trust one another, to trust a coach, to trust the system, to trust the non-player staff. Those are people around the players, those are people around the team. So when you have that trust, that's when everything click together. That's when you see teams, they are together, they're fighting for one another. So that's what I believe Pochettino is talking about. He means here. He said this is really, he don't want the players to be tough, to be in a field, to be that. Once you're together, you feel up. That's when you have a heart to go to cover your teammates when he's in trouble. Because once there's something you create outside the field, that's why it comes back also in the field. When you some players, they ahead before, they used to have a beef with one another. So if I'm playing next to you, I know I have a problem with you, I'm not gonna cover you. That's how it goes. So that's what he want to build. That's togetherness outside the field, outside the game. So once you come to the game with that togetherness, is always something's going to go right. There's no, it's no question about it. So that is always something we need to think about it. Really, this is genius of him. This is really genius of him. Is you're not gonna hear so many coach talking about something like this, because most of coach, they want to talk about intensity. I want to install intensity in my players. I want to install the willingness of fighting. That is not the really Pochettino. He comes with a really different philosophy, because I remember when he was in Tottenham. When he was in Tottenham, really you can see this player were really together. They were together, even though they never won anything. But it was the best team Pochettino puts together. They gave him time to do that. So I don't know. That is one thing I always worry about it. Pochettino is a manager who needed time. He's not a manager who come 1 year, 2 years, he's already done it. No, he needed time. He's going to take in you saw in Tottenham, he left on when he was start to get there. When he was getting there, that's when he left. So I am afraid that's what's going to be here in Chelsea club. You can see some days when Chelsea play, you can see what he trying to do. But sometimes also those things disappeared. You don't know what they're doing. That's what happened when because it happens because we have we don't have in mature, or we don't have experienced players. So that's always going to happen. It's going to happen. It doesn't matter what happened. It's going to happen. So that's why we always need someone. We need someone to always to be experienced, to have all those quality in order a team to function. I expressed how really was a terrible decision to let N'Golo Kante and Kovacic go at the same time. They should have kept at least one. out of those two, Kante and Kovacic. Really, those two guys were really key player of Chelsea club. They have been there for almost 4 years. They controlled this midfielder. If you could have aired Kovacic, Casado, and Enzo, they play together. This is could have been really a good midfielder, or Kante, all those three. So that's you see, this was really something they needed to do. They needed to think before they afford these players. So that what happened. So we cannot do anything about it. Anyway, this is really what I wanted to summarize about this year, because this year has been really not good for fans, but also we can talk about something positive. We have seen this young team really with the full of potential, full of potential. They just need to be really given time. As a fans, also we need to be patient. Patience is required really for the Chelsea fan. Otherwise, we're not gonna succeed if we play this young player 2 years and then we say he must go. Once he leaves, he's going to somewhere. He's going to our rivals. He's going to Tottenham, Manchester United. He's gone. He's gone there, and then at the time we were supposed to benefit his growth. Other teams are going to benefit that. So that's why we need the patience. 2 to 3 years. Believe in me, 2 to 3 years. We need those years in order this team to click, to be together. Some teams, it take them a decade. You remember Liverpool when York came there. It spent almost 5 years without winning anything. We don't forget that. But after 5 years, what happened? Liverpool was on fire. Liverpool was there. No, everybody was afraid of playing Liverpool. So that's what we need. We need the patience here. We need to be patient for these players in order to get success. So that's what I wanted to talk about, guys. Otherwise, I wish you all happy New Year, guys. All chess fans out there, all my subscribers, all people who watch me, my videos. I promise you, I'm getting there. I'm developing so much. I'm learning so much. There is so much to cover there, and in near future, my videos, my editing, my everything is going to be better. So I promise you, I will be here. This January coming, we're going to have really so much contest. We're going to talk about the transfers. We're going to talk about so much. So it's going to be really good thing. I hope to see you again. Happy New Year, everybody. Before I go, so please subscribe and hit the notification bell. Otherwise, take care. Good night. Ciao.